Right, we offloaded the memory chip. Huge flood words for +1 osmosis on this video camera. Start, stop is the button I press all the time. +1. Father gets the last word, stop. But look at all this. These plus words. We're solving +1s for Father here. So the alveoli we solved, but this is crazy. So gas exchange and osmosis and diffusion are all +1 for Father. And carbon. Now I'm going to solve carbon dioxide for the Father. This is so glaring. So carbon parallels Christ. 2 + 2 is a single +1, 3 letters that divide by 3. Carbon is flawless for Christ. It's -24 from Christ. Offset of 6 is king. Dioxide is flawless for Father because Father gets the last word. It's +12 from Father. So you put carbon dioxide together, you put Christ and the Father together, and it's always a beautiful 3-fest. In fact, it equals 1, 2, 3. I testify by the living God that I've just solved all carbon dioxide to the glory of Jesus Christ the Son and God the Father. And Father gets the last word, which is dioxide. And there's a lot of carbon dioxide in this world, in and out of my lungs. Okay, and the entire universe. All right. So, wow. And that is screaming. And then, yeah, you got your +1. Yeah, there's 3 points higher than Father. The dead center of dioxide, flanked in 3s, just like Father. Yep. And carbon flawless for Christ. So carbon dioxide solved. And then I had the same thought with oxygen. Kind of split it in half. In this case, the +1 Father's in front, -12. Gen paralleling Christ as well, with the +2s in the back, a single +1. Okay, just like the design of Christ. Okay, you study the letters of Christ and you will see that carbon and gen, same design, 2 + 2s near the end, 1 + 1 there, anything else divides by 3. And then I just thought oxy is flawless, offset from Father, +6. And so oxygen, another Christ-Father combo that equals the great 90. And the best part of all is that that's composed of 2 equal teams of 45s when you do the interleave, OYE equals XGN. Okay. But that's pretty awesome. Father plus Christ. And so all these other terms that were +1 as I was parsing, the alveolar membrane, the alveolar blood vessels, diffusion, how does osmosis, and when words are, how does oxygen exchange for carbon dioxide? Oh, diffusion, also known as osmosis. And very parallel words often differ by 6s. So these are both +1 for Father, and they differ by 6, 103 and 109. So cool. So I'm literally just... So yeah. And then gas exchange was +1 as well. In fact, it's +36. And again, it's bookended in 3s. And always like popping around the center. See what, yeah, gas exchange. Look at how easy gas exchange is. Solve for Father. There's all your +2s and your other +1s. Yeah, it's easy. So gas exchange in the lungs, alveolar sacs, alveolar ducts. Okay. So the keywords we've solved. Alveolar membrane is the gas exchange surface. So interface and surface are both +1. Like that is the end of the line. It's called the interface. Also known as a surface, typically. Well, both are +1 for... Oh, no, interface is not. Excuse me. Surface is. Yeah, bookends. There. So this is so cool. Surface. Yeah, dead center differs by 3, and then flanked in 6 is so glaring. So glaring. 24 and another 24. Just like Father is 6 and 24. Okay. Surface. That's where the rubber meets the road. And so gas exchange we solved. We solved gas exchange for Father, the alveolar membrane for Father. Carbon dioxide we solved. And we solved the alveolar blood is pumped from the rest of the body into the alveolar blood vessels we solved. And what's the last word here? Oh, you're right, vessel is +1, yeah. Through diffusion, it releases carbon dioxide and absorbs oxygen. And then of course the obvious, we've put carbon dioxide and oxygen together multiple times, and it's a happy 3-fest 213. Okay, just another poke around. Even the Latin term is a lovely father. Okay, capillary beds we've solved. All right, we really did that one awesomely. Atrium we solved. 48. Oh my, yeah, atrium. Atrium, it's very easy to find father in atrium. It reminds me of the word vacuum, which has, here's father in atrium. Oh man. There it is. And that's just like the other day I was led to go to, or is that correct? 22 plus, hold on, no, that's 3 points less, excuse me. 3 points less than father. Very beautiful though. It's offset. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Oh boy. Okay, we hit that one pretty good. Alright, we solved the alveoli. Yeah, and then stick the word the on. Stick the word the on, and now plus 2s exceeds plus 1s perfectly, just like in father. The alveoli. Good night. Wow. Oh. Okay. Done. We did a lot of stuff in your lungs there. Capillary beds. So beautiful, that one. There's a father binding capillary together with beds near the center. And then pad is 21, and then another 24, yeah, capillary beds. There's father binding capillary beds together. So we solved the alveoli in the name of the father. And you can see that the very root, right? I mean, it contains, the first letter is equals a love. I mean, come on. Hollow. Hollow is also found in the lung. The terminal ends of the respiratory tree. So cool. Oh yeah, so this is cool. Yeah, the pulmonary alveoli. Right, that's a gorgeous father plus 1. The pulmonary alveoli is flawless for father, 184, or 144, 186. Are the terminal ends of the respiratory tree. So the gas exchange we solved based on the word exchange. It goes water with the blood as well. Cool. And then the surface is the alveolar membrane. Plus 1. That's so cool. That was awesome. We solved carbon dioxide in this video. Okay. We hit that pretty good. A typical pair of human lungs contains about 700 million alveoli. We just solved alveoli for father. It's love plus 28 at the dead center of Father. There it is. Or sorry, love plus 22, pardon me. Atria. Wow. Okay. I love this, how when you say type 1, that'll parallel Father just like type 2, because type divides by 3 and 1 and 2. And that's glaring because type equals 66. And 1, O-N-E, is offsets of 6 in type 2. Crazy. Even macrophages is plus 1. Okay, well there you go. Good old diffusion. Osmosis. So anything that is type 1 and type 2. I'll just preach the obvious for you. Type 1, type 2. It's very perfect, okay, for Father, because now the plus 2s exceeds the number of plus 1s by 2 exactly in both of these. And 2 equals Father, 1 is 6 is off, and so altogether type 1. And these are some of the most famous words in anatomy, biology, science in general, anything in the world. You got type 1, type 2. You have to make a choice. Okay. Type equals 66. Pretty obvious. Type 1, type 2. There you go. 1 and 2. Father owns the words 0, 1, 2, infinity. They're all plus 1s. Type 1, type 2. And these are in lungs. So type 1 cover approximately 90% of the alveolar surface, gas exchange. That's so crazy how efficient it all is. Like, whoa. Yeah, so we solved oxygen. So we solved diffusion, we solved gas exchange, respiration, anything T-I-O-N ends in Father. Center is plus 1 as well. And then you go higher, the exchange of gases, that'll maintain plus 1. Letters and strokes divide by 3. And then a concentration gradient is plus 1. And the keyword concentration is plus 1 for Father, and it ends in Father. Concentration. Oh boy. And there's Father at the dead center of concentration. So, how's your concentration? By the way, the word focus ends in Father. So concentration and focus both end in Father. Okay, so what are you focusing on? Well, you're supposed to be focusing on the Father. This is a revolution in education. Okay, and then at the dead center, and the first letters divide by 3 just like in Father. So that's amazing. Concentration, focus. The word patience keeps coming to mind because this whole exercise is pure patience. And patience is +1 for Father. AE is in there. I've preached on the word patience before. And you need to pop off 15 for Father. You can do that for the I, the A, and E. You can do that through the A and the N. But it's +2s exceeding +1s that gets me patience. But the fact that Father is at the dead center of concentration. And a very special set of letters, because look at how obvious it is. The Father's at the center of concentration. NT differs by 6. EA equals EA. R equals R. And then, oh yeah, and then so NT in fact equals FTH because it had the extra 6 on there. So there's a perfection fest. So Father is at the dead center of concentration. And of course it's a concentration gradient, because gradient divides by 3, it'll maintain offset from Father. In fact, it divides by 6, which is what I was hoping for. And so you just keep adding 6s instead. And of course, so concentration is a Father-Father double. Like shun equals Father, the ending. This equals Father in the middle. And then this, you know, obviously parallels Christ in front. Minus 42 from Christ. So, but, so that's a happy 3 fest for the 2 of them. But Father is clearly screaming out in concentration. Okay, so it's differences in concentration by which, you know, gases, you know, by which I'm breathing, and Father's all over this one. He designed it. He should be. Of course he is. He foreordained all this. So we found, oh, that's beautiful. Focus, concentration. So if you just say concentrate, you still get this set of letters in there. Concentrate. Father. Concentration. Okay, this is glaring. Where do you want to go next? I'm like, this is so huge. Respiration, concentration. So shun is... Okay, so we solved diffusion and gas exchange. I love diagrams. Oh yeah, in plus out is a lovely Father fest, but yeah, alveoli. Between a capillary and an alveolus. Wow, there's another Father Jesus combo. Put together capillary and alveolus and it makes a beautiful 3 fest. And it's going to be beautiful. Yeah, 204 interleave. There you go. All this divides by 3. Okay. And then I'm curious is, yeah, see, look at how this oxygen plus carbon dioxide is 213. Okay, it's always a beautiful 3 fest when you put these guys together. Wow, so diffuse and diffuse and diffusion are both +1. Are transported around the body and the blood, the arteries, veins, and capillaries. Yeah. How does this all jive? Interesting. There's love at the front. Oh yeah, hemoglobin in red blood cells. So we solved the alveoli and air sacs. Air is at the dead center Father, TH, and sacs divides by 6. Branching off, which are small, the alveoli are small air sacs branching off from the bronchioles in the lungs. 1 cell thick. Wow. 1 is at the center, Father. Provide a moist 1 cell is a Father-Christ combo. And it always makes it beautiful. So let's solve 1 cell. Just like a cell is a Father-Christ cell. And you can say, this is going to blow your mind. A single cell, okay? Or 1 cell. Okay, A is +1 for Father, 1 is +1 for Father. Cell parallels Christ and Jesus. So a cell, it always makes a beautiful 3-fifths. A cell equals 33. 1 cell equals double, 66. But do you see how Father is the A, the +1? And then this is confirmed by the fact that when you say a single cell, well, the word single equals 66. So a single cell, therefore, equals 33 plus 66 equals 99. There you go. And then you can push higher and talk about 1 single cell. That's how everyone began. 1 single cell equals 66 plus 66 equals, of course, 132. So they're always glaring 3s when you put Father and Christ together. So I just want to preach on that. And the word single is a beautiful combo. It's like S-E. It's flawless 3s from the inside out. Like S-N-G-I-L. And then like S-E. But Father, Christ, a single cell. Done. Solved. That was beautiful. 1 cell thick gas exchange, calories can deoxygenated blood from the pulmonary. I like solving all this. Oh yeah, oxygenated and deoxygenated are both divided by 3. Deoxygenated was Holy Ghost. 2 cells. There you go. 300 million alveoli. Wow. Gas exchange. Crazy. Okay, that's pretty incredible. I don't know what else was. Oh yeah, I wanted to poke into hemoglobin. Oh man, hemoglobin is at the dead center of your blood, and it's +1. I've never solved hemoglobin, but it equals the great +1 for Father. Wow, this is the first time we're solving, like, this is it, folks. This is the dead center. And it's abbreviated HB, which is +1 for Father, is the iron-containing oxygen transport melatoprotein in the red blood cells of all vertebrates. Wow. Hemoglobin in the blood carries oxygen from the respiratory organs, lungs, or gills to the rest of the body. There it releases the oxygen to permit aerobic respiration to provide energy to power the functions of the organism in the process called metabolism. I wouldn't mind solving the word metabolism. And mammals, and so we solve protein for Father. Okay, it is a protein. 3 plus, and it differs, it's very obvious because protein is 3 points less than hemoglobin. Very gorgeous. But allow me to preach the obvious in protein. 3 plus 2s over a single +1, just like in Father, rest letters divide by 3. Okay, so protein equals Father plus 39. Okay, and amazingly, you pop off the TEN, that is your 39. Okay, the rest equals Father, so that was just handed to us. And hemoglobin, the exact same design. Okay, the number of +2s exceeds the number of +1s by exactly 2 in number, and then the rest of the letters all divide by 3, just like in Father. Done. That is the most glaring thing to mention right off the bat. And then the more you look, the more you see. So at this exact date and time in history, we've solved all the world's hemoglobin and all protein to the glory of God the Father. I solved protein before, but this is the first time I'm solving hemoglobin, which is arguably one of the most important proteins there is. In mammals, the protein makes up about 96% of the red blood cells' dry content by weight. And then, of course, water is the rest +1. And around 35% of the total content. Hemoglobin has an oxygen binding capacity of this program, which increases the total blood 70-fold compared to dissolved oxygen in blood. Wow. 1 million hemoglobin molecules can carry up to 4 oxygen molecules. Hemoglobin is involved in transport and other gases, and it carries some carbon dioxide, as currently in which CO2 is bound to the bound to the molecule is the important regulatory amount of nitric oxide is found outside regular blood cells in the progenitor. Is found in oxygen transport. All right. It has a name and it's hemoglobin. So let's see more for the Father in hemoglobin. We already saw the very best, the very simplest. But let's check the end. I notice at the end is a glaring +1. Glaring, this word bin. Okay. In fact, the word he, like when we say he is our Father, he is +1. Okay. G at the center is +1. Like this is just silly. So the dead center of hemoglobin is right here. So the dead center of hemoglobin is +1. One of the first things I was attracted to is the fact that the bookends are famous +2s that can be compared with this to make differences of 6s. And then, wow, multiple beauties. An A differs from an M by 12, a multiple of 6 difference. Or an A differs from a G by 6, a multiple of 6 difference. And E equals an E, okay? And then just shoot for 6s, okay? A B plus an M plus an I equals 24, and then an L is 12, and an O double is 30. So that's pretty screamingly obvious. Wow, 49, and then there's a 64 at the dead center, wrapped in 36. So that's very glaring. Hemoglobin. What do all these, where do all the +2s come to? HEBN. 29. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I really like MEGB. Yeah, if you shoot for 6s, there's 666, 18. There's another 666, 18. And then you have 12, 30, and then the HN compared with the TH differing by 6 in the center of Father. That's pretty glaring. What else will we see? 25 ends in 40, ends in 52. That was glaring. Very easy to find Father in it. Yeah, very, very strong +1 from the inside out, just like Father is +1 from the inside out. Like Father is +1 from the inside out, flanked in 6s, just like hemoglobin. Like here's the dead center. The dead center is already +1, and then it's wrapped in 3s, and then wrapped in more 3s, and then the bookend is 6 times 6, and that's, identical to the design of Father. Okay, so I like shooting for symmetry as well where possible. So the dead center of Father provides +1, and then it's flanked in vowels that make a multiple of 3, and then it's flanked in additional letters that make a multiple of 3. In fact, pure 6 is flanking the central, +1, and that's ultimately what wraps up hemoglobin, is 36, which is 6 times 6. Or no, sorry, HENI is 30. Well, that's very cool. Hein, the first letters of Heinz. Oh no, it is 6 times 6, yeah. Okay. So just like Father, the +1 in the center is wrapped in 6s. That's exactly what we see going on with hemoglobin. So I really like this painting we've got going on here. Because it's perfectly symmetrical, like everything in creation. We instinctively know that that is beautiful, because symmetry is beauty. And then, like I said, the OO, just flawless. So there's your +1, then divides by 3, keeps dividing by 3, pure 6s, flanking, just like Father is. Good night. Good night. Hemoglobin, a gorgeous painting right there. Wow. A, G, yeah, G. Okay, that was huge. And I would like to find, did I already find Father exactly? One example, Father in hemoglobin. Well, one example is, let's see, You need to pop off 42 points. Oh, just one example. You pop off these guys, the rest equals Father. And that's pretty sweet to me, because we just got like a pretty nice trifork there. Okay, you get the idea. Father, find Father, and hemoglobin. Just nailed that one. So that's huge. And then even HB. Ooh. The Heme groups. Heme. Oh, just heme, okay. Yeah, it's a +1. Well, that's awesome. We solved hemoglobin. Metabolism was also +1. Easy to find Father in there. So yeah, metabolism. Yeah, it's easy to find Father, but metabolism is +1 for Father. And then what else do we have? Okay, so that was cool. We solved hemoglobin. We went deep there. Hemoglobin. You just... Man, so this is crazy. Not only is it a protein, it is a metalloprotein. So we solve protein, and the metallo keeps the +1s for Father, so... Oh, so metalloprotein is a generic term for a protein that contains a metal ion cofactor. A large number of all proteins are part of this category, and so they choose hemoglobin. And iron is the 26th element, which equals God, G-O-D. So iron is at the center. Iron. 26 Fe, right? Ferrum, yeah. Okay. 26 equals God. Okay. So we really dug into hemoglobin there. That was awesome. Okay. And then chlorophyll is very similar to hemoglobin in its design. Chlorophyll. I wouldn't mind poking around and seeing. Ooh, you know what I see? Christ Father combo. Where chloro is Christ, Phil, Father. Yeah. Yeah, that's an obvious combo. Chloro for Christ, Phil for Father. Because look, the TH differs from this by 3, and then you got 24 on the left, 24 on the right. Just like Father is wrapped in pure 6s. Okay, and then chloro screams out Christ. It starts with CH. Father gets the last word, is what I'm saying. I've seen this everywhere. And you always get a gorgeous 3 fest when you put the two together. Like that's 12 times 12, and this is. And so look at the obvious. Look at how chloro starts with Christ. I mean, there's your half love. We have perfect equivalence at the front between chloro and Christ, and then these final 2 letters make 33. Up here makes 39. So there's your difference of 6. It's just perfect, chloro and Christ, and then Phil is perfect for Father. So there, we just solved all the world's chlorophyll in plants. Done. Christ plus Father. Ordained by heaven, folks. Because God is speaking this word more than any of us, day and night. He's talking to the angels about chlorophyll. He's talking to himself about chlorophyll. Can't get enough of it. There's green plants everywhere. Okay. So, chlorophyll, Christ plus Father. Glaring. Just simple as can be. Perfect as can be. And I believe if we look up chlorophyll, by way of comparison, chlorophyll has a magnesium at the dead center. It's so cool. Oh man, chloroplast is +1. But chlorophyll for the green color of many plants. Chlorophyll. And see, so it doesn't matter if you miss the L in the end, you still parallel Father, because green leaf, yeah. +1, okay. And I've solved photosynthesis before. And was first isolated by Joseph plus 1. Okay. And it's got a magnesium at the center, right? Yeah, chlorine ring of a magnesium ion. I'm just curious what the difference between... That's curious. Magnesium and iron. Okay. Alright, we've done a pretty good job today. Very epic, going to the center of everything. Anything else? Gas change. So we went deep there. That was so huge. Finding Father at the dead center of larynx was just plain massive phonation. We just killed this whole region. I mean, this is the top and center of the human voice, man. Oh yeah, and then the word way keeps coming. Father gets the last word, you know, Jesus, way, you know, one-way street, you see, you know, way is +1, the way. So the larynx, that was huge, man. I just feel like I could, basic parts of the human larynx. Hyoid bone +1. Epiglottis was like 3 fest galore. Vocal cords, we solved. Cartilage, we solved. And then thyroid cartilage will maintain father offset. Vocal cords, we solved. And then a vocal ligament. Interesting. You can poke around that. So the word cartilage, of course, just keeps cropping up. We've done that before. Okay. We did a good job on that. I would just quickly review the hyoid bone, because that's going to equal... Yeah, letters and strokes divided by 3, just like in Father, and it's Father plus 72, an offset of 6. Okay, and then the simplest thing is that the number of +2s dramatically outweighs +1s, just like in Father. And then, wow, these letters equals, yeah, hyoid bone, very simple. You can just quickly refer to this as the hyoid, and that gives you your +36 from Father, and bone is 36. So that, to me, is so cool. You see that? And that was suggested to me by the fact that +2s outdoes +1s with 2 letters that divide by 3 just by saying the hyoid. Okay? And so the hyoid equals Father plus 36, and then bone adds the other 36. Okay? So there's your gorgeous flawlessness for Father in the hyoid bone. And I believe the hyoid bone is what makes the Adam's apple. Hyoid bone, Adam's. I mean, I believe that is what they refer to. It's the colloquial name, is it not? What is it? The midline in front of the neck has a prominence of the thyroid cartilage, termed the laryngeal prominence, or the so-called Adam's apple, between the Adam's. So that's the cartilage between the Adam's apple and the chin. The hyoid bone. Oh boy, I'm feeling it. Oh yeah. Can be felt. Below the thyroid cartilage, a further ring that can be felt in the midline is the cercoid cartilage. So Father gets the last word. Cartilage is +1. Cartilage. Cartilage. Yeah, there's 34 of the dead center. Awesome. There's love on the end. Oh man, just pop off the R in cartilage and there's your Father. You can also pop off LA. So cartilage we solved. Now again, the best thing to mention is the cartilage, because now +2s exceeds 1. Very glaringly so. So Adam's apple we solved for Father, just like hyoid bone. Flawless. cool. And then, so yeah, the thyroid cartilage. But clearly, even the word prominence is +1. Prominence equals love Father. And the word mind is at the center. We're in the gold mine for the Father. Okay. Okay. All right, we hit that one well. Oh yeah, boys have a larger larynx. And so boys have Adam's apples. Because the larynx, so the voice box. So men are meant to speak Father loud. So, wow. Okay, so we solved the Adam's apple and the hyoid bone, which is... Okay, I think we did a good job there. Yeah. Here's where you'll see it. Yeah, the hyoid bone. Okay. Okay, that's probably good enough for me. I'll probably take a short break. Huge Father finds here. So, the thyroid cartilage surrounding the larynx. So if we go back to our initial, yeah. The thyroid cartilage is... So it's basically, that is your Adam's. So the Adam's apple is the thyroid cartilage. Yeah, the thyroid cartilage is the Adam's apple. And the hyoid bone is on top. So we solved a lot of these famous terms for Father. So, but let's just quickly get the thyroid cartilage in there as a full offset and right next to the Adam's apple. Because I'm curious as to, yeah, it's Father plus whatever, 21 plus, oh, it's extremely high. It's Father plus 150. And then that's Father plus 21 plus 42. Father plus 63. Okay. All right. Solve some major terms for Father, starting with the voice box, and all that from, well, you end up in, so then, and then we solve the talk box. It's the talk box. That's one of my favorite gems for Father. Okay. All right. So we went deep, and that was awesome. Leaves, alveoli. So cool. Solving carbon dioxide for Christ and Father was a massive gem today in this video, alveoli. This was this was so mind-blowing. All this structure here that was perfect, just major words in voicing. And then the bird, syrinx, and we just were hitting this one really hard. So it all started with throat and tongue, and every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. So whence we came in this massive flood, so glory to the Father. It was awesome. So just a quick scan and review of all that larynx, you kind of gas exchange, diffusion, man, all this stuff. Hemoglobin at the dead center, chlorophyll. The talk box was fun, an invention there, and we solved your vocal tract and birds, the strings, and the original invention of the flute, the watt vegetable. Okay, so we went to the center of the human voice. Essentially, is what we did. And then the diaphragm is very important in voicing. To really, diaphragm equals Christ, and then Father's on top. You know, you have your lungs and your diaphragm. And you put the two of them together, and it makes a beautiful three-fess. Alrighty then, and you can just poke around a little longer if you want to, and scoop up a little more gold in there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. All right. So that's how. Cool. Very cool indeed. Spoken word, human voice, and then it's the root voicing. Voicing, speaking, and differ by 3, and then declare. Yeah. Huh, declare equals my name, Derek. Let it sink in. The larynx, pharynx. And so now I have to review, so. Yeah. This is the cavity between the nose and the mouth, connecting them to the esophagus, not to the glands. Wow. Crazy. And of course, when you talk about the human body, Father owns and created the human body. He gets the last word, bodies +1, but allow me to be detailed. The number of +2s exceeds the number of +1s by exactly 2, just like in Father, and you have 2 letters that divide by 3, just like in Father, no less they divide by 6, 36, just like in Father. So Father created the human body. It's Father plus 78, the offset there. The human body. And you can just also say human being, because being is +1, flawless in its design. You know. And then mind, body, soul, and spirit also yield +1. So the human being, the human mind, the human spirit, the human soul, the human heart, all of these, the final word yields the +1 for Father, but I'm just adding this glory pile in front, which is 90, a lovely 3-fest. So now you just keep jacking all these up, and Human spirit is the highest one. Okay, so very cool. Okay, I think every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Just a few more words and then I think yeah, that equals happy Father. Oh my gosh, there's Father like right near the center of it. Oh my gosh, so modulating, that's just glaring in its design. Just absolutely glaring. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, like look at this, at the dead center of modulate, or the end of the word. Now I want to know what modulating is. I think it's just like the bookends. There's your T, there's your 24. And then TE is right there, and there's your A right there. So what is modulation? Because but particularly I'm thinking of the human voice. Like what is modulation?